by calling 672-KROE. That's 672-5763. Now, your host for Public Pulse, Floyd Whiting.
Good morning. Welcome to Public Pulse. Now, this morning, I am joined by the Sheridan Dog and Cat Shelter Executive Director, A.J. Evans, and Dog Lead, Emmy Whiting. Good morning, Sheridan Dog and Cat Shelter.
Good morning.
Now, Emmy, we've got somebody with us today, and those who are watching us on Facebook know that we've got a third guest here who doesn't get her own mic, unfortunately. But who do we have?
So this is Cassie. She is 5 years old. We're thinking full pit, but possibly a mix. I mean, she is just so easy. She loves dogs, loves cats. She's just an easygoing dog who's looking for a home, and she's up for adoption right now.
She looks like she's getting ready to take a nap right there. She's pretty calm dog.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of misconceptions about pits because of the way some people have raised them through the years about aggression. You've worked with a lot of animals in your time. Would you say that there's any credence to that belief?
I'd say every dog is different. The aggression issues can come from so many areas, and I don't see one breed having it over the other.
Okay. That's, kind of what I've always kind of believed. I haven't been, in a lot of cities or metropolitan areas where people tend to do this horrible practice of fighting dogs and training them to do so. But out here in the country, here in Wyoming, the majority of pits that I've seen have always been very protective of their family, very loving animals. I haven't heard too many bad things about them. So I've always kind of thought, I think too that it depends on who raises them.
Exactly. And their environment growing up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, most of them I've seen are very loving animals, and she certainly looks to be a very loving little animal.
She is.
She's very calm. I'm actually surprised she's as good as she is. She was great getting up in that seat. I just wanted all of you out there to be able to see her here today. She is available for adoption, 5 years old, as far as they know, full pit. All right, so Emmy, what is a dog lead? And what are your responsibilities?
So basically, I run the dog department, make sure all dogs have what they need, whether that's food, water, cleaning, and health care. So I just make sure everything's organized. Oh, she's going down.
She's heading down. That's okay.
And I just make sure everything runs smoothly, and I am involved in the adoptions of the harder cases as well. The more sensitive dogs and everything, I make sure they go to the right home.
Yeah. Harder cases. These are dogs who may have suffered from neglect or abuse in their former situation.
Yes.
And so now going forward, because you can't just adopt those out to anybody.
No, they definitely need special homes. I mean, and I need to make sure that like a dog that's not good with children isn't going to a home with children. That could end very badly. Or a dog that's not good with cats goes to a home with cats. That would be very bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So there is a little bit of, I guess you could say, like a grace period there where people should introduce their dog to the dogs that they're going to adopt and situations like that.
Yeah, so for every adoption, we do actually require a dog-to-dog meeting just to make sure that everyone's safe and happy and they like each other. Most of the time, it goes very well. Yeah. But, there's those cases where every once in a while there's a dominant dog and another dominant dog, and they just don't do well together. They decide they're going to take over, and it's not going to work out.
And there's going to be a situation.
Yes, which I'd rather have a situation at the shelter where we can, not send them home and do more damage.
Exactly. So now, how did you get involved with the shelter?
So I've wanted to do shelter work for a long time. I used to work at a dog groomer's in Minnesota, and we actually volunteered with a certain shelter. We partnered with them to take dogs from Hurricane Harvey all the way down in Texas to Minnesota, and we had vets set up in some of the grooming rooms. So we would give them a bath, nail trims, and then they'd go see the vet. And ever since I was involved with that, I wanted to do shelter work. And I applied in Minnesota, couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
But then,
a lot of competition over there.
Yeah, I moved here, and it just, the stars aligned, and I got a job with the Sheridan Dog and Cat Shelter, and I'm very happy.
So this is like your dream job. This
Yes.
is what you wanted to do.
Yes, I cried when I got this job. So
I was there. She did.
yeah.
And so, she's been with us nearly 2 years, coming up on October
Yes.
7th.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I love to have her.
I just love dogs.
Hey, it's a great job. You got to have that passion. It's something that AJ and I have talked about quite a bit. A job like this,
Labor of love job.
it really is.
Yes.
A lot of it is cleaning, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean,
95% of
I'd
it,
say
probably.
95% of it is
Yep.
cleaning. The other, 5% is just hanging out with the dogs.
Yeah. Getting to know them, understanding them.
Yes, yeah.
And I mean, you're with these dogs a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
Every day. You outside of weekends here
Mm-hmm.
and there, and even sometimes then.
Yes.
So I mean, but learning their temperament and knowing the situation once they go out. How difficult is that to get dogs out? AJ, how are things at the shelter right now? It sounds like you guys are pretty full again.
We are actually full. Currently, we have 171 animals in custody. As you know, we had our volunteer day. First North State Bank came out with 4 volunteers, and we were able to put up 6 more cat kennels. They're all donated to us. We're very grateful, so we can place more cats now. But regardless, we're more than full. So overflow animals that are being dropped off are in the garage currently. But as it looks, our adoptions are coming back slowly. So if we make the comparison, we're getting close to catching up with 2019 numbers. So looking back, year to date, as of September, 352 adoptions, where in 2019 we had 358. So it looks like we're catching up, and we actually had a fabulous month. We had a couple adoption events, one offsite at the Tractor Supply. We went offsite. Emmy can tell you more about it, and we like to go visit the seniors. And so we're trying to be out there, but also had an in-house adoption event over the weekend, which was great for the animals and the staff. It wasn't a lot of hustle and bustle. Unfortunately, we missed the Born in the Barn.
Yeah.
But that 3-day weekend, it's still a great adoption weekend. It was easy on the dogs and the cats. We didn't have to shuffle them anywhere. I think, the shelter is their home now. And being, back and forth. Of course, we have dogs like Cassie that love to go out and visit people, but we have a lot of them too that just don't. So, but they were very accommodating out there. They put up a banner for us, during our absence. So we so far had a great month.
Well, that is fantastic to
Yes.
hear. Now, what is the Best Friends National Adoption Weekend?
We partner with them. So, we do advertising, they do advertising. And in order for us advertising for them, we received a small stipend for every animal that was adopted out that weekend.
Oh, great.
With just the dogs and the cats. As you know, we have a lot of smaller critters too.
Yes, yes.
Those didn't count. But so it was we get their name out there, they get our name out there, and it was fabulous. So, and like I say, it's pretty low key because it's in-house, but we're marketing it. And, we let people know this is what's going on. Here are available animals. So come down and check them out.
Now, how many animals are available right now out of the dog shelter side itself? If you were to just guess.
Out of the 171, probably close to 150.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yeah, even our side where we don't have available dogs, we call it the stray side. It's before they get medical and stuff like that. Most of those dogs are actually fully through vetting, and they are available right now. So we have to open up that door to show them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of filter them through. Now, tell me about the visit from homeschool kids. You guys have a lot of children come through the shelter.
So I want to say there was probably a set of 3 parents with approximately 15 children. So we split those 2 groups up. So one went into the cat department and learned about the cats, loved on the cats, and the other half went into the dog department and did the same there. And we were actually adopted 1 cat out of them coming in, and they just fell in love with her. And So it's wonderful.
Now,
You know?
do you think that's really good for the animals to have kids come in there and kind of sit with them? Do you see like a change in temperament when
I will say most animals do actually really love the visit from the children. Whenever we get schools through there, every once in a while we get dogs that aren't great with kids, they get nervous with kids, so we just put them outside while the schools come and visit. But we have this one pit there, Sirius, who's been there for almost 2 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, and he loves children. He loves when the schools come and visit because he knows he's going to get all that attention.
Yeah. Now, but that sounds like the perfect dog to take home, though. Why has he been there for 2 years?
So he's a very muscular little pet, and he does have his own behavioral issues. He acts like a puppy, and he acts like he's a small dog, but he's very large. So you just need to continue training for him, because if you don't, he's going to, you give him an inch, he's going to take a mile kind of dog. Mm-hmm. So you just got to continuously keep up on the training with him. And just know what what kind of play he can and can't do. Because if you play too rough with him, again, he takes that as, we're going to play rough.
Yeah, and then he decides it's time to get it on.
Well, you won't hurt anyone.
No, he doesn't have a mean bone
rough.
in his body. Not a mean bone in his body.
Just going to take somebody who really knows how to work with animals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
especially pits. Anyone experienced with pits, we'd love to see them and see how they interact with Sirius.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, maybe we can find old Sirius a home, right?
I hope so.
Now, you guys take these animals out. Cascade of Sugarland Senior Visit. How do those go?
So we typically only take dogs, not cats, just because, it's a little
more to control, right?
Yeah. So we're trying to make it every month. It's usually either me or me and one other person. Last time it was me and AJ who went, and we brought 2 little small puppies. Yeah. And I mean, the seniors just love it. They love seeing the dogs. It makes them smile. The 2 dogs were just playing on the ground, and I mean, everyone was just watching them and laughing. And it's honestly such a positive experience for everyone. Like, I love seeing the dogs get out, and the seniors just love having some furry little critter with them.
And this is really, really crucial. Some people might not realize it, but for socializing the animals, so that they realize, okay, crowds aren't bad. Is that part of this whole?
So I don't bring the special cases like that, only because some of them, when they're nervous, they'll jump up, and I don't want anyone getting hurt. So I usually just bring our more calm dogs, the ones that are going to be pretty easy to manage. If they do jump up, they're smaller, so nothing bad's going to happen. Yeah.
Like Cassie over there.
Cassie would be perfect. Cassie would be perfect.
And it's see, that's the perception. I see a dog that size with that much muscle, and I'm like, I don't know if I take it. But you would.
Yes, I would, because she doesn't have a habit of jumping up, and she is just a lover. She loves attention. She loves to be pet. She loves to lay down and hang out, and she'd be the perfect dog to bring.
Now, the last vaccination clinic for the year is coming up. Did you just hold one?
Yes, that was our last one.
That was the last one. Okay, yeah. I saw something going on, what was it, Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So the last vaccination for the year is done.
Yep.
When will we continue these again?
Probably we're looking at next May or June.
Okay, so the spring we're going to fire. How was participation during this last one?
It was a lot less, so you could tell that everybody kind of got it out of the way the months prior.
Good.
So this was our 4th clinic, and it went well. And we changed the hours to 9 to 3, and everybody shows up first thing in the morning. So it seems to be a much better time.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it wasn't as hot, which was good.
Yes.
But people came, got it out of the way, so.
Fantastic.
Yep.
That's good to hear. And it's going to continue one more time.
Nope.
No. I mean,
We're
it's
done
going to
for the year.
continue. Tell me one more time when it's going to continue.
Probably May next
year.
year.
May
Yep.
of next year. So
Yep.
if you haven't gotten that done, folks, they can still go in and get it done one at a time, though, right?
No.
No. We just stick to the events.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Emmy about some things that you should consider when adopting a new family member. More with the Sheridan Dog and Cat Shelter when we return. This Public Pulse on 930 KROE and 103.9 FM. Sheridan.
At Eliason Financial, money management isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about dreams and opportunities, and more importantly, family. We'll take time to get to know you. Then we'll develop a unique wealth management plan that works hard, just like you. To learn more about who we are and what our wealth management advisors can do for you, visit Eliason Financial online or call 307-672-3010. Securities offered through Royal Alliance Associates, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
It's the Fall Y'all Festival, Saturday, October 1st, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Museum at the Bighorns. Free admission for all. Vendors, face painting, pie walk, contests, silent auction, kids crafts, live music, and more. Bring your whole family and enjoy the fun for the first ever It's Fall Y'all Festival, October 1st from 10 to 2 p.m. Lots of activities for everyone. Visit museumatthebighorns.org for more information. Museum at the Bighorns, 850 Sibley Circle, right off of exit 23.
You bagged your trophy elk. Now imagine having its ivory handcrafted into the perfect piece of jewelry. At Legacy Diamond and Gems, their in-house jewelers can take your memory of the big hunt and preserve it into fine pieces of jewelry to last generations. Using your imagination, the skilled jewelers at Legacy Diamond and Gems can create something truly exceptional. Visit them at 11 North Main Street or online at legacydiamondgems.com. Hurry in now.
You know, the pioneers crossed the vast wilderness in covered wagons, yet today a lot of their offspring actually have to set alarms to remind them when to drink water. If you're needing water, all you have to do is call 307 Wildcat Well Service, a local company that specializes in locating water, drilling and pumps, even solar-powered water wells. So for water wells and all that goes with them, look for 307 Wildcat Well Service in the Country Bounty, and you too will have cool, clean water. Water.
Magic Melanie here, VIP and defending champ of the First Northern Bank and Sheridan Honda and Power Sports Pro Football Pick'em. Tune in to KROE 103.9 every Wednesday at 7:40 to hear our picks and listen to us battle it out. In fact, just listen to what happened this week on our show.
Well, I think I picked the wrong teams. I think that might have been what happened. You know, I'm changing my strategy, but I did get some weigh-in from my coworkers, and David's not real happy about that. But, you know, he's in the lead, so.
She's cheating.
Desperado Dave Cox, 11 points.
Yes.
You obviously didn't ask the same coworkers that Candace.
That is true.
He's very quiet and very just reserved. Like, I don't know, I'm not going to do all that well. Oh, did I win again this week? Oh, surprise. I don't know what's happening.
I like not being in the lead. It's not quite as stressful.
Not quite the target on your back.
Oh, no, there's still a target on your back.
For sure, there's a target. For sure.
Yeah.
You can play too and have a chance every week to win a prize valued at $100. Make your picks on the Pro Football Pick'em contest page on SheridanMedia.com.
Good morning and welcome back to Public Pulse. I'm Floyd Whiting. This morning I am joined by the Sheridan Dog and Cat Shelter Executive Director A.J. Evans and dog lead Emmy Whiting. Now, according to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, approximately 4.1 million shelter animals are adopted each year. That amounts to 2 million dogs and 2.1 million cats. About 810,000 animals who enter shelters as strays are returned to their owners. And AJ, you told us how many animals you have right now. You're pretty much at capacity. Correct. Over there.
171.
171 animals in that building. Now, Emmy, what are some things people should consider when they do head down to you guys to talk about adopting a dog?
So I would definitely suggest looking at the information on the dogs that we provide, because we do have a trainer in-house, Marian Eccles, and she'll actually do assessments with the dogs. So make sure they're good with other dogs. Make sure they're good with other cats. The only one we struggle with is, if they're good with kids or not, because they have to be exposed to children. And, you see them throughout the day, like walking through, but that's different than an actual interaction. So sometimes we're not sure on if they're good with children or not. But, if you have a cat and it says the dog isn't good with cats, it's probably not a good fit.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what is the 3-3-3 rule?
So the 3-3-3 rule is when you're adopting a new animal, there's the 3-day, 3-week, and 3-month where they should be. And I think it's important to talk about because so many people will, get the dog home. They're not good the first day, and
time to take them back, right?
Yes, yeah. Which no shame in that. Like if there is a situation like, let's say you do get the dog home and there's some aggression issues suddenly, yes, bring the dog back. We want to see the dog back. But the 3-3-3 rule is important to talk about so you know what to expect. And so within those 3 first days, the dog is going to feel scared, overwhelmed. It's actually very normal for a dog not to eat during that time. So they won't take treats. They're not going to eat their food. It's completely normal. I suggest putting in some like wet food or maybe even some chicken to try to get them to eat.
Something a little more
tempting. If you're worried. But, again, it's completely normal. And they'll want some place to hide. I suggest setting up either a kennel or, maybe even a blanket over a table so they have somewhere safe to go when they're feeling like it's too much for them.
Yeah.
And some dogs actually don't have that either. Some dogs, like puppies, are a lot more adjustable. They'll be crazy when you first bring them home and stay that way.
Yeah.
After 3 weeks, they're starting to settle in. So, by 3 weeks, a lot of people think, oh, this dog knows this is their home. But it's actually not true. A lot of dogs, they're still getting settled in by that 3-week period. They're starting to feel more comfortable. They're thinking maybe this is my forever home, but they're not sure yet. So they're still getting used to it. And you and I have seen this in our dog, Archer.
Yes.
Like every day he gets more comfortable at home.
But it took a long time to get him there.
It took a long time. By the 3 months rule, or by the 3 months period, they should be completely comfortable in the home. They should know, like, I'm staying here. They have trust. They've created a bond with you. And they know this is their family. They know their routine. And if by that period they're not feeling that way, then it might be time to consider, is this the best home for this dog? Who knows?
So if you still have, like, by month 3.5 or month 4, they're still not really settling in.
Yeah.
There's still a situation. Maybe we should look at getting a different dog.
Yeah, and, some dogs will take longer to adjust. So the 3-3-3 rule isn't like an end-all, be-all, but it is important to take into consideration, like, where this dog is going to be at 3 days versus 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So, you don't just bring them back that first day because they take some time to adjust.
Ladies, I want to thank you for coming in and visiting with me today. And thank you for bringing, what's her name one more time?
Cassie.
Cassie. All right. Yeah. Cassie is 5 years old, folks. She is really lovely. She's very calm. She's very interested in what Trevor's doing in there right now. She's available for adoption. Maybe she is your new family member. Thank you, ladies. Greatly appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks, Floyd.
All right. When we come back, we're going to speak with the museum at the Bighorns. This is Public Pulse on 930 KROE and 103.9 FM. Sheridan.
At Eliason Financial, money management isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about dreams and opportunities, and more importantly, family. We'll take time to get to know you. Then we'll develop a unique wealth management plan that works hard, just like you. To learn more about who we are and what our wealth management advisors can do for you, visit Eliason Financial online or call 307-672-3010. Securities offered through Royal Alliance Associates, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
The owners and staff at Kane's Funeral Home would like to thank the families of Sheridan and Johnson counties for choosing Kane's and allowing them to serve you during these hard times. Kane Funeral Home makes it their mission to take the stress and uncertainty out of ceremonial services. They own and operate the only crematory in Sheridan County, so your loved one is always in their care. Kane's Funeral Home. Call 673-5837 or visit them online at kanefuneral.com.
Staying on top of your tax and accounting records doesn't have to be a struggle. I'm Patrick Suker. Parker Mellinger has been providing professional solutions and outstanding value for over 30 years. Whether you're interested in QuickBooks consulting, monthly accounting, payroll preparation, or tax preparation, Harker Mellinger is the solution for your tax and accounting needs. Call us today. Your initial consultation is always free at Harker Mellinger, 1811 South Sheridan Avenue in Sheridan.
The leading orthopedic group in Northeast Wyoming and Southern Montana, Sheridan Orthopedic continues its over 50-year tradition of surgical excellence and patient care, including surgeons who have completed subspecialty training and prestigious fellowships. From sports medicine to upper extremities such as complex shoulder, elbow, and hand surgery, spine, knee surgery, and joint replacement, Sheridan Orthopedic serves the community with emergency care 24/7, 365 days a year. Some same-day appointments available. Visit us at SheridanOrtho.com.
The Sheridan College Rodeo team will host the Pat Hamilton Memorial Rodeo this weekend as part of the Whitney Days events. The rodeo performances will be at 6 p.m. on Friday and Saturday night with a Sunday performance at 10 a.m. The Pat Hamilton Memorial Rodeo is free to attend and will be at the Sheridan County Fairgrounds. For all of the Whitney Days events, look for the schedule in this week's Country Bounty or on the community calendar on SheridanMedia.com.
A lot of Hammer Chevrolet has some quality SUVs that will get you to your destination this fall, Troy Baker.
Bob, come test drive the 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit 4x4. It has a 5.7-liter Hemi V8 engine that's priced at $42,995. We also have a 2020 Chevy Traverse High Country all-wheel drive priced at $48,795. We have a few others as well.
Go to hammerchevy.com and check out all the pre-owned vehicles. 107 East Alger, open Saturdays till 4.
Good morning and welcome back to Public Pulse. I'm Floyd Whiting, and joining me from the museum at the Bighorns is board member Becky Spees, an interim director with Peak Consulting. Is Camden Swindell. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having
We're excited
us.
to be here.
Definitely.
Now, Peak Consultant's been helping you guys out since you've been on the search for a new executive director of the museum.
Actually, a little bit longer. So back in January, we decided we wanted to do some strategic planning with our board for the museum. And we were working with Laura Lehan and Camden. And so when we had that changeover in May, it just worked to have Camden come in and do that for us because we were keeping us on the same path. And boy, so nice to work with. We really so appreciate her and everything she's done for us. She just fit right in. So we're very grateful.
Camden, is this typical of a consulting business to basically step up and fill a role while you're looking for someone new?
Yeah, it certainly can be. So Peak Consulting has, as Becky said, we have been helping with strategic planning for the museum. And then when the previous director went on to her next opportunity, we came in to do the search for the executive director. So periodically consulting companies, particularly like Peak, will come in and fill that interim role while also doing this executive search. So it's been a really great way for us to get really firsthand knowledge of what's going to shape that position, what qualities they're going to need in a new executive director, and really understanding how the organization works and what would be a great fit for them.
What is your role in the search?
So we basically are running the search in terms of putting the postings out on different professional sites related to the museum field, and then fielding incoming candidates, looking at resumes, saying this person has great potential, this person maybe is not quite the right fit, and then essentially interviewing and vetting them before we put them in front of the board, so that the board isn't spending all of their limited time doing that kind of that
the nitty gritty,
and the time consuming part of really filtering through. And we had actually really good response. I mean, we had quite a few applicants and from all over the country.
Yes.
And again, that takes pretty fine-tooth comb to just go through and say this person has great experience, but maybe not quite the level of expertise in a certain area, or this person is strong in one area and not another, so that the board can really focus then, by the time the candidates get to them, just focus on, is this going to be someone who's easy to work with? Is this going to be a good fit for what we need?
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot goes into hiring
It really
at a position of that level. And to the museum houses, what we could essentially call heirlooms.
They are.
And the heirlooms of our people are not so, thrown aside.
That's important to us. We want to make sure we get that right person to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was just kind of fascinated to learn this morning that the consulting firm that came in, Peak, you guys took this on. I didn't know that you take on things like an HR position.
We do. So we do a lot of kind of outsourced HR assistance for different companies, both in Sheridan and throughout Wyoming, occasionally larger regions. And so we'll do some outsourced HR work. We do a lot of training, coaching, really runs the gamut. And then we do quite a few searches. We tend to do more of the kind of those executive level searches. We've done several in the last year just in Sheridan for different organizations or companies. So
they really are so involved with so many businesses in town, and also leadership, Sheridan County leadership.
Oh wow, yeah.
I was involved in that in 2018, and got to know Stacia Skredeberg, who's part of Peak Consulting, and just fabulous. I mean, they really bring so much, and we really do appreciate it. Now, you were also part of FAP this year, or what was the?
I am not.
Not this year. Oh,
we did the Chambers Ignite conference.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So it's great work. It's fun to really get to know the community and really just feel very connected with them.
Camden, what is your official position within Peak?
I am a consultant. So my primary background is in marketing and communications. And so I'm doing some marketing work, but again, really focusing on how do we work communications into helping teams and leadership teams as well communicate effectively so that their teams can be and their businesses can be more productive, better accomplish their mission, and really see out their vision.
So as the interim executive director up at the museum, have you taken steps or had to or felt like, what, we can make this more efficient? Were you allowed to do that? Was that part of the job?
Yeah, I mean, I think the board has been very supportive in saying, we've got this interim role, take it and run with it, and just.
Definitely. Excuse me for interrupting, but we just felt Camden, we'd been already going through our vision and mission statement, and she just was keeping us in line, and be able to have her come in and just look at the way we do things and our processes and. Really, it's such a benefit to us, and we really do appreciate it. So, I mean,
she's just take advantage of it while she's there.
And
right?
we want to, get a good foundation and just get that started. So,
and really I have to say, the board and our collections manager, Jessica Salzman, who is our other full-time employee, has been just fantastic at really being supportive. And again, I do not come from a museum background, so I kind of come in from a different perspective of just saying, hey, what if we try this? What if we try that? But we have hired a new executive
I was going to ask, how's the search going?
It's great. So we are looking forward to having our new ED start in mid-October. She does come from a long museum background.
She does.
I believe she has either history or museum studies background as well in terms of her master's. And we're so excited. She's going to be phenomenal.
Yes.
She is so excited to come to Sheridan, build community partnerships, really take the museum forward. She has fantastic experience with educational programming, both for children and adults. Yes. She has worked in other museums, and she's just going to be such an asset to the community.
Where is she coming from?
North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Yes.
Okay, so she is one of us Plains folks.
She is, yes, and that's exactly it. We don't think she's quite Midwest when we think of North Dakota. She describes it as Plains.
Yeah.
And she's just such an avid history reader, and will be a quick study on our local
definitely
kind of themes and what's important to Sheridan.
Well, I am looking forward to meeting her.
We will bring her
actually
in.
next month we'll bring her in.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, we've also got a festival coming up.
We do.
Yes, let me tell you about that. That's the it's Fall Y'all Festival.
It's fall, y'all.
It's fall because why not? Yeah, we love fall. Yeah, this October 1st, this Saturday from 10 to 2. Bring your families. We are gonna have a good time up at the museum. We're gonna have a little live music, some pumpkin painting. Koltiska's has been kind enough to donate some pumpkins to our cause, and we're gonna have a table for kids to paint some pumpkins. We're gonna have some nice vendors. That'll be there.
We have Cannoli Bliss and Java Gypsy.
Yes. Okay, so there will be food and drink up there.
So the food and drink is covered, and some craft vendors as well.
Yeah, so it'll be really good. Yeah, we are looking forward to it. We're going to have a little cornhole happening there, and little face painting and everything else. Silent auction also. So.
Yep, and just wanted to say a huge thank you. We've had several folks and businesses sponsor our silent auction. We'll have a beautiful piece from Legacy Diamond and Gems.
Oh, wow.
Another beautiful jewelry piece from S.J. Haywood Designs. She does amazing work. Lots of Love Bakery is going to donate some items for us as well. And also Blushing Blooms Farms.
Yes.
Shout out to our local
we like them.
farmers.
Yes, they're
and
awesome.
also, we will have some other donations, including the Emmanuel Lutheran Quilters Group has been phenomenal in donating 2 really beautiful quilts and some hand embroidered.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but I love quilts.
Yeah.
I absolutely
you
love
should
quilts.
come up and check them
You
out.
really should.
And we got 2 handmade right there.
Yes.
They're going to be up for auction.
They are.
Now, when is this Fall Y'all Festival going to take place?
Saturday?
Yes.
October 1st, so this Saturday, 10 to 2.
10 to 2, yeah.
And admission to the museum is free for all on that day.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. So we don't need tickets to get into this
This
festival.
is free.
Although
Free
we
event.
do definitely encourage donations.
Yes, we'll have some donations.
We forgot.
Jars out there, please do.
We forgot the most important, well, maybe not most important, the most exciting part. There's going to be a pie walk.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Pie walk.
This is going to be fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I think if you come up, I think you should join in.
A pie walk. I haven't been to a pie walk since probably grade school. Yeah.
We're bringing it back. It's the nostalgia. And it's not
Yes.
cake.
Yes.
It's pie.
It's pie.
See, and I'm a pie guy. I'm not a cake guy. I'm a pie guy.
I like pie.
All right. So you said we'll also have some cornhole up there.
Little cornhole.
And admission to the museum is free. So during the festival,
Yes.
if I take my family up there, I want to walk my kid around a little bit, I can do that.
Oh,
You can.
Please
Please
do.
leave your pets at home. But kids are
Yes.
absolutely welcome. We'll have
All right.
free
So we can
kid crafts.
basically
Walk
go
the
to the
vicinity.
museum.
Yes.
The deck we'll be doing, the face or the pumpkin painting up on the deck, and you're welcome to walk all the way around there. So
Fantastic.
Also have a little spot where you can take pictures. We got a little picture.
Like a little photo booth type of deal.
Yes.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
All right. Something else that's coming up this October. History After Dark. Tell me about the History After Dark
We
program.
are thrilled to have Cindy Georgian present to our History After Dark group on October 13th at 6 p.m. Cindy Georgian is a local historian. She's also been very involved with the museum over the years, and her topic is whiskey shots and gunshot chasers, Sheridan County
go to that.
saloons, 1885 through 1915. It is going to be a wild night for history with Cindy.
Yes.
Now, the great part about that kind of stuff, and I'm gonna just say that I didn't know the history that was linked to the Occidental over in Buffalo
Yes.
until I wrote a piece on it
Yep.
for a newspaper. Holy cow! This
Yeah.
was the Wild West.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Sheridan, all part of that as well.
All part.
I mean, there was shootouts. There
yes.
there were,
Definitely.
you called me a coward. Let's head
yeah.
outside type of stuff, wasn't
Yeah.
there? And we're going to learn all about that on October.
October 13th at 6 p.m. It is free for members or $5 if you are not a museum member.
How long do these programs usually run?
About an hour.
Yeah,
About an hour. So it's not a whole lot of time.
Yes.
Are we going to be outside, inside?
Usually inside.
Yes.
Okay.
Towards the back of the museum.
Okay, but just in case, go ahead and bring a coat. It might
Never hurts to have a coat in October.
Dress for the weather,
Yes.
folks.
You should always have a coat.
All right, we've also got Fall Tidbit. What can we expect to do with the kiddos?
So Fall Tidbit, Tidbit is our ongoing kids free educational programming. Our next one is Saturday, October 8th at 10 a.m., again, free. We are going to have an archaeology program with Jenny Aiello. Jenny, I hope I'm saying your last name right. Jenny is a local archaeologist, so she is going to do, talk to the kids a little bit, short lesson on archaeology, and then there will be a hands-on activity. So just a great opportunity to check out the museum and learn some hands-on archaeology with a real live archaeologist.
These tidbits are just fabulous.
Absolutely.
Third Thursdays, people, just to see the excitement for these, so amazing. And the kids love them. And it's just nice to have the kids come up and get involved.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we had to put those on hiatus for a little while during COVID, didn't we? And so it's good to see these coming back. We also have the Ostrom exhibit. What is the Ostrom exhibit?
Well, I think last month, maybe Jessica explained that a little bit, but it's all these beautiful drawings, ink drawings
Pencil
from
and
pencils
ink.
Yeah.
with from Ostrom, and just during his time during the war, just his depiction and just drawing these out and all of his information, and they're just fabulous.
They're just really neat, kind of first-person perspective on what it was like to literally be in the trenches during World War I.
He was such a fascinating person.
Just
really.
a neat gentleman. And, we also have some other artifacts related to World War I in the museum as part of that exhibit. And that exhibit will go through mid-December. And in case anyone doesn't know, George Ostrom is... reportedly, there's some dispute, depending on who you ask, but is often credited as being the originator of the bucking horse emblem that we see pretty much on all things
Steamboat.
filming.
Yeah.
Not Steamboat. This is a.
This is different.
This was Ostrom. He had a different horse, and we have the story of that horse, and how he came to be on the emblem up as part of that exhibit. I won't give it away. You'll have to go up and see it.
Check it out.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but he kind of developed this during the war.
He did.
And put it on their as their symbol.
It was
as
kind of
their
and forgive me, I'm going to use the wrong military term here, but their group or their regiment's kind of symbol or logo is what he designed it for. And then it eventually made its way back home to Wyoming. And again, there's some contention about if he was the only founder of it.
all great history has controversy.
Always. What keeps it interesting.
Yeah, exactly. We painted that on all of our trucks when we were over in Iraq.
Neat.
Yeah, Command Sergeant Major wasn't very happy about that and had us paint over it. But
Good for you. Good for you.
the bucking horse was represented very well.
Good.
Now, you're also always looking for volunteers up at the museum.
Always.
So much that we.
If someone were to walk right off the street, though, no museum experience at all, what would my duties be?
We really, when we have volunteers come up, we really try to talk with them about what are their interests and what are their time commitments or availability, and then tailor it from there. So, we certainly have times when we are putting together exhibits where we need folks who are great at building things or great with, literally hanging the pictures and helping build cases, whatever it may be. We can always use help with our grounds and
maintenance
landscaping
and
building maintenance,
janitorial or even front desk.
Yep, front desk. Just operating the front desk, which is very easy. We make it very painless.
Yes,
and you can read a book during the slow times.
That was But all volunteers are so appreciated, and
Yes.
anybody out there who's just looking for something a little extra to do to give back to the community, please call us.
Yeah,
And
great
we
way
do.
to do that,
We
right?
would love to have you.
And when we look more in the museum-specific vein, we do certainly periodically have volunteers that help us maintain our collections.
Yes.
So essentially, and there is a training process that they go through again with our
Definitely.
collections manager, Jessica, who does a great job getting folks up to speed on how that works. And so they're looking at items in our collections and essentially help cataloging them and getting them put into our database so that we have really good descriptions and sometimes pictures, whatever the case may be for a particular item.
And that would probably all depend on time commitment, right?
It takes a lot of time to do
Yeah.
that. So if you've got time, if you're a detailed person and you want to give back, that is one area. If you can we have you trained and get you to help out with that. That sure is.
And Becky has done that,
myself
which
on
is
my
great.
free time. Yeah.
You've done it, huh?
Yes, but I enjoy that. I love genealogy. I've done that for years, and I just something I enjoy. I'm a very detailed person, so.
Wow, genealogy.
Yeah.
Do we have genealogy up there at the museum, or any kind of room or section or anything?
Not
genealogy specifically, but like we had a gal call the other day. I think she was in, I want to say, Washington State, who had family here, a longtime family, and she, if I remember correctly, her family had run some kind of general store operation up on the mountain while they were gold mining up there back.
Like a mercantile.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so she was hoping that we might have some information. So we did a search, and we did have several archival photos and some other. Ironically, we had a report card from one of the members of her family. So
that's the thing with the museums. I mean, it's genealogy when you're doing your own, or even as a hobby. It's pulling those pieces. That's the best part of it that I love. It's like a puzzle. So. I'm
You're a
looking
detective.
You're a detective. So not only are you getting that lineage, and you can find that, ancestry, through like Wyoming Room and some of those different areas, which has a wealth of information. Yeah. And then the museum, all those things, especially if you're studying a specific area, you can pull information. What were their occupations? What did they do? Let's find pictures, and then attach it to your research. So it is very. They have so much there. Yeah. And it's fun to go through the collections that we do have and see.
So if I want to volunteer, what are the steps I have to take?
Give us a call at 307-675-1150. Ask to tech with Jessica Salzman, our collections manager. Or you can also go online. We are at museum@thebighorns.org. And you can email us by looking for the link on there. So just whatever works. Can I throw in one other event we have coming up? October 15th, we are going to have a one-day celebration of the Girl Scouts of Wyoming turning 100 years old. We are super excited. We're going to have kind of a special short-term exhibit, short-term display of several artifacts that we have in our collection, as well as pieces and memorabilia that Girl Scouts in the area have. We'll also have a presentation from Jean Harms, who is a local resident who has been very active in Girl Scouts, and we're going to have a cookie sale. We're getting all into the baked goods
I love
fall. So the Girl Scouts, we're delighted to have them up there. They will be selling Girl Scout cookies in a great off-season cookie sale, so you can kind of get your fix in between seasons.
And that's October 15th.
October 15th, 1 to, I believe, we're starting at 1 p.m.
All right.
But we will have information on our website.
Camden, Becky, thank you both so much for coming in today. Greatly appreciate it. All right, folks, you've been listening to Public Pulse on 930 KROE and 103.9 FM, Sheridan.